Have you ever stared at a bottle of vinegar in your kitchen and heard the thought that putting vinegar on your skin will make it soft or glowing? Well, you're not alone. Believe it or not, people have been using vinegar for skin and hair care for centuries, long before the era of expensive serums, celebrity-endorsed shampoos, and 10-step skincare routines. Today, we're diving to find out is vinegar really good for your skin and hair? So let's break it all down right here on History of Food. To begin, let's rewind the clock a few thousand years. Vinegar wasn't just a condiment, it was basically an all-purpose life tool. Ancient Babylonians were fermenting dates and using vinegar as far back as 3000 BC. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, prescribed vinegar for wound care around 400 BC. Romans and Greeks weren't shy either. They used vinegar rinses to clean their bodies after sweating in bathhouses. Theoretically, Cleopatra herself reportedly drank vinegar mixed with crushed pearls to prove she could consume the most expensive meal ever. Now, I'm not saying we should crush up jewelry and sip it, but it shows vinegar wasn't just for cooking. It was part of culture, beauty, and even drama. So yes, vinegar in skincare and hair care has roots in history, but does ancient wisdom hold up under modern science, or were they just winging it? To understand why people started splashing vinegar on themselves, we need to look at what it actually is. Vinegar is basically fermented alcohol. Yeast turns sugar into alcohol, and then bacteria turn alcohol into acetic acid. That acetic acid is what gives vinegar its punchy smell, sour taste, and antibacterial powers. Depending on the type, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, or even rice vinegar, there can also be trace amounts of vitamins, minerals, and polyphenols. Apple cider vinegar, or ACV if you're trendy, contains things like potassium and antioxidants. It's the one most people recommend for beauty routines, because regular white vinegar feels a little too much like cleaning solution. Now let's talk skin. People claim vinegar can do everything from balancing pH to clearing acne. But how much of that is real and how much is just hype? First, the pH story. Your skin has something called an acid mantle. Think of it as a natural shield that keeps bacteria out and moisture in. Its pH usually sits around 4.5 to 5.5, slightly acidic. Harsh cleansers and soaps can mess this balance up, making your skin irritated or dry. Vinegar, being acidic, can theoretically restore that balance. Second, antibacterial properties. Acetic acid is known for killing bacteria and fungi. That's why vinegar is sometimes used as a disinfectant. So yes, in theory, it could help fight acne-causing bacteria. In fact, small studies show vinegar rinses can reduce certain infections, though most of that research is on wounds, not acne. But here's the catch. Vinegar is strong, like really strong. Undiluted vinegar on skin can burn, irritate, and cause redness. Dermatologists warn against applying it straight from the bottle, especially on sensitive areas. If you want to try it, it should always be diluted with water. Think 1 part vinegar to 3 or 4 parts water. Otherwise, you'll look less glowing goddess and more tomato-faced experiment gone wrong. Now let's move up to your scalp. Vinegar rinses have been popular for ages. Ancient Romans supposedly rinsed their hair with vinegar to remove buildup. Fast forward to today, and apple cider vinegar rinses have become a viral trend on TikTok and beauty blogs. So, what are the benefits? First, shiny hair magic. Vinegar's acidity can smooth down the cuticle layer of hair, making strands look shinier and less frizzy. Second, scalp health. Because vinegar is antibacterial and antifungal, it may help with dandruff or itchy scalp. Lastly, buildup removal. If you use a lot of styling products, vinegar can act like a clarifying rinse to remove residue that shampoos sometimes miss. People usually mix 2 to 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a cup of water, pour it over your scalp after shampooing, leave it for a couple of minutes, then rinse it out. Simple, cheap, and no fancy products required. But again, warning time. Too much vinegar can dry out your scalp, cause irritation, or strip color-treated hair. So it's not an everyday routine. Think once a week could be the max. Now the important part, what do experts say? Well, dermatologists and trichologists, that's a fancy word for hair specialists, tend to agree on a middle ground. Vinegar isn't snake oil. It has real properties that can benefit skin and hair, but it's not the miracle product social media makes it out to be either. For skin, yes, it's antibacterial but harsh. For hair, yes, it can smooth and clarify, but only in moderation. And for both, dilution is the golden rule. Think of vinegar like hot sauce. A little can add flavor to your routine, but pour too much and you'll regret it instantly. So the big question, should you put vinegar on your skin and hair? If you're curious, yes, you can try, but with precautions. But remember, always dilute, always patch test first. And don't expect it to be the magic bullet for all your beauty concerns. Think of vinegar as a cheap, occasional add-on to your routine, not the star of the show. If you have sensitive skin, eczema, or serious acne, skip it and see a dermatologist. There are safer, scientifically proven treatments out there that won't make you smell like a salad bar. So the bottom line, vinegar in beauty care is a mix of fact and myth. It does have antibacterial and clarifying properties, and history backs up its use in skin and hair care. But like most ancient remedies, it's not flawless, it's powerful, sometimes too harsh, and not a cure-all. So the next time you're tempted to pour apple cider vinegar over your head or swipe it across your cheeks, just remember, moderation, dilution, and maybe keep a bottle of conditioner or moisturizer nearby. Because while vinegar can give your hair a little shine or help calm your scalp, overdoing it will just make you smell like you've been marinating for a barbecue. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.